Now, this is the video I really wanted to share with y'all because I've been a knucklehead and I've been the perpetrator of this crime I'm about to share with y'all. So please, forgive me in advance. Y'all can laugh in advance. Y'all can smack me in the back of the head, kick me in the ass, because I deserve it. And I just hope and pray that when y'all hear my testimony in this video here, that y'all learn from my mistakes and don't be as stupid and as retarded and as dumb as I was in making the same mistake over and over again, my friend. So with that being said, top of the world to all of y'all out there. You know, this topic right here of returning back to old behaviors, old thought processes, stinking thinking, and knowing you shouldn't turn back to that, knowing you shouldn't go in certain environments, knowing you don't have no business even entertaining talking to this kind of woman or this kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? When I say talking, I'm not saying I'm too good to talk to certain people like a homeless person or something. No, I'm saying I just know by having the standards that I have and knowing the man that I am and the man, the mission and the purpose with this man, then it ain't just any kind of woman that I should be investing my time with. There's not just any kind of guy that should be a friend of me or a business associate or somebody that I can say, oh man, that's a good dude, me and him get together, powwow, mastermind, whatever. Everybody, it's not a free for all. Like everybody don't qualify to hold that those positions, if you will, with me, or those seats at my table, right? Because I always say I'm very much protective and selective of who I invest my time with. Because you either investing it or wasting it. But let me get to the subject at hand, because I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. There's been times in my life, I mean a lot. I'll be 50 years young, God willing, the 21st of this month. This month is December 2020 live. We got about, 18 more days to my birthday? And within these 49 years, about to be 50, there's been time and time again where there's things that I know I shouldn't have done, or behaviors I shouldn't have went back to where I did. And I always paid the price for it. But I also always accepted the consequences with open arms and didn't blame anybody else but myself. Whether it was having to do with drinking excessively or dealing with a certain spirit of woman and character of women, just different things. Over the years, man, I've been that guy who's made many mistakes. And that's why when I say it to the youngsters, when I say it to my peers, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking factually, not with my emotions. The teacher has already been the student. I have already taken those tests and some of them failed miserably. See, I'm not the guy to get on here in front like I had it all together. And as sharp as my father is, he knows I had to bump my head just like he had to bump his. Because God has a certain type of plan, a certain type of purpose and mission for me that I needed. I know it. Just like you need it, and God knows it, and you should know it after watching this video, that God has there's a purpose and a reason for him allowing you to go back and go, and not just go back to certain behaviors or, and repeat them, but to experience certain things that come from that. The backlash. Man, there's times I done woke up in cells, didn't remember how I got. I'm like, fuck. Then I have to rewind. Why? Because I was drinking so heavy. There's times where, my pops used to tell me when I was young, he said, man, you don't see a pattern? Like when he said, you be with 5, 6 dudes and you be the only one to get arrested. He said, why do you think that is? Right? Because number one, I got a lot of heart and I'm always stepping up and, to defend my people. I've always been like that. I've always been a protector of people I love. So I'll be the first one in certain instances to step up and do certain things, right? Not because I'm trying to be a hothead or prove myself to anybody or get stripes. It's just because of how I love. And over the years, I've learned that, man, that shit has cost me a lot. It's cost me time in jail. It's cost me, opportunities. It's definitely taken away from time, that I could have invested in other things. But I tell you, once you start to see that certain things are absolutely positively not working for you, then you got to divorce yourself from it and never go back. And that's with whether it's pertaining to drugs, alcohol, criminal behavioral activity, and even certain thinking, certain ways that you used to think when you were younger. To think that certain behaviors or certain things are okay. To post certain things online are okay when you know that's not okay. And you go against the grain of who you are. Like really who you are internally. Because when you go back to things over and over and over again, you know what they say? You insane. I've been insane. Diagnose it to me. New child, insane. I have been that guy. But that student is qualified now to teach y'all. And I thank God every day that even though I was a dummy at times, an idiot at times, a buffoon, a goofy, because of some of the mistakes I kept making, but I learned, man. I really did learn the lessons. And I'm thankful, and that's why I can present it to y'all in such a way to where you say to yourself, man, I know what New Child talking about, because I'm going through that right now. I keep going and dealing with this broad knowing she ain't right for me. You know what I'm saying? She right for the moment, but she ain't right for me. Same thing with the ladies. Ladies, I know he right for the moment, but he ain't right for me. He done shot up my mama's house. He done got into a fight with my brother. He done slashed my tires 23 times in the last 12 months. You see what I'm saying? The writing's on the wall, but I keep going back. I'm digmatized. I keep going back. Am I talking down to anybody or trying to make fun of anybody? Hell no. Because not only because I can relate, but I understand that it's bigger than you just making the same mistake. It's what are you really being prepared for? And are you aware of what's going on? Like where you can say, okay, I see, I'm effing up, I keep doing this shit. But what if there has to be something inside of this ball of chaos, if you will, that makes it all make sense? And sometimes it's just that knowing. I mean, I could say for me, that knowing that God has a greater good to come out of this. There really is not just a purpose, a mission, the purpose. I'm talking about something that will get me so fired up that I know that that's why I was going through that. This is what I've been prepared for. Because all the things that I've experienced in my life, it prepared me for doing what I'm doing right now. It prepared me to go and speak in front. I could speak tomorrow in front of 100,000 people anywhere, and I won't nervous. Yeah, I'm gonna feel it. My nerves gonna be going. That's a lot of people, right? But because of what I've been through, what I've grown through, what I've seen, what God has allowed me to experience, it's way tougher. than walking on stage and talking in front of 100,000 screaming people. Whether I was performing my music or just doing a motivational speech, I'm prepared for it. There's so much that you will realize that, oh shit, that's why. Like I can see, because my confidence level, the way I think with such certainty and having that knowing that, oh yeah, this is gonna work out and this is how it's gonna work out. And even if you quote unquote wrong, you're not too far from the truth, because you say, man, okay, you did say it was gonna happen this way, but it happened just like this, which is not far from that. But that's what I will for y'all, to be able to hear my story, relate it to yours, and then get the revelation in real time of why it is you've made certain mistakes. I'm not telling you just to allow yourself to keep going back to behaviors or people pleasing and things that you know you shouldn't, just because New Child said he did it and he, survived and whatever. I'm not saying just do that just cause. I'm saying, if in fact you are experiencing this and you're wanting to know what the hell is going on, why? I know that shit ain't for me. Why the fuck am I going back? Why am I entertaining this? Why am I doing this? Sometimes, because I'm not God. I can't say all the time, but I can say sometimes. Man, that's just testing your resolve, your faith, your conviction. How many times are you gonna get back up? How many? How many times are you gonna say, damn, I messed up again? But you know what? I'm gonna still keep my head up and chest out, no matter what. How many times you gonna keep doing it? I want to see how much faith you really have in me, says G.O.D. And I want to see how much faith you have in yourself, how much belief you have in yourself. Because if you have belief in me, this is what God is saying. If you have belief in me, then you know that I've given you what you need. You know I've given you what you need for you to walk through this storm, get knocked upside your head, punched in the face, spit on, kicked in the ass by life, punched in the rib, punched in the stomach, and still keep walking. Still keep going. Still marching forward. Still smiling through your trials. Yeah. Still praising God. Even though it's hard. Even though you're confused. Even though you just like running out of patience, quote unquote. Even though, it seems like the walls are closing in on you. Still believing. You're almost like Denzel was, or really you like Denzel was in the book of Eli. You saw what he was going through to get to where he was going. He was going through all kind of people was trying to deceive him. People was trying to get close to him, to, take things from him, beat him up, however you want to say it. But it didn't stop his mission. He kept going. No matter if he made a mistake here, no matter if this happened, no matter if that person turned out to be fake, he kept going. And when you're faced with challenges like that, as far as, you're continuously making mistakes, even if they're not the same mistake, but you're just making a lot of mistakes on your journey, on your growth path. Just know it's preparation for your greatest revelation. It's preparation for your greatest revelation. So don't be like me, be better than me. Don't continue to make the same mistakes in any area of your life. Be a thinking woman, thinking man, and do better today than you did yesterday. All right? Take that and run with it. One love.